What's up, YouTube? Connor ORChain here. I'm bringing you guys today the top 3 mid-cap cryptocurrencies. And by mid-cap, I mean in between, I'd say $20 million to about $50 million in market cap that I firmly believe will still do insane returns in this coming bull run. I got 3 listed here. There's still a couple more that I want to cover in other videos, want to take deeper dives into, but on this channel I've covered now all 3 of these coins over the last month or so. And these 3, specifically for all 3 different use cases, I firmly believe are going to absolutely take off, again, for their own different narratives, for their own reasons. And I'm just going to list a little bit of information about these and why. And so the first one I have up right here is RVF, all right? RocketX Exchange. What this is it's an interoperable cross-chain DEX. They focus on transactions just like a DEX, but across pretty much any sort of chain. So you can make a trade on top of Ethereum going to Mantle or Polygon. Polygon proof of stake, you can trade onto Cosmos chain. Or from Base, you can go onto the literal Doge chain. Or from the Solana network, you can trade onto Moonbeam. These interoperable, there's a bunch of them that are out right now. I just dropped a video on that. You can watch the other one. But I think mainly from the Twitter sentiment and the amount of volume that this project specifically is getting, you can see it right here. Legit 113 million on the day. It's like that's a crazy amount of volume for such a newer protocol to be getting. I wonder if there's a way to look at which chains are doing the most volume, stuff like that. But I firmly believe that these interoperable cross-chain platforms are really going to be the number one most used platforms just in all of crypto, because obviously anyone and everyone, if you've traded crypto, you've used the DEX, you know what Uniswap is. In the previous bull run, Uniswap was the DEX to be in. If you weren't in it, you got into PancakeSwap, you got into any others that were literal just forks of Uniswap. Uniswap was the DeFi protocol. And I think the DEX of 2020's bull run, or 2021, is RocketX Exchange. I think it's going to be these interoperable cross-chain platforms, because these are going to get the volume in the next bull run. Uniswap's still going to get volume, but as far as the interoperability in swapping between these chains is what is going to take off. Because why would someone spend their time now going on to real centralized exchange? Like, even for me, I got to use Binance. I got to use a VPN, go to Binance, send my money from like Coinbase or my MetaMask onto Binance just to get BNB or a trust wallet. I got to take 5 different steps just to get my money into, BNB or BUSD, and then to have it in my wallet, But the fact that you can do it almost instantly on one platform now, I think it completely changes the game just to be able to invest and to transact across chains. That solely is the reason why I believe RocketX specifically too is going to take over. And because of I'm going to pull up x.com here. Pulling up new Twitter. On Twitter, RVF. This has been one of the most popular cross-chain protocols for I don't know how long now. Like, I made a video on it recently, and I also made a video talking about it, I don't even know how many weeks ago. But, you can type in RVF on Twitter, and like it is always talked about. So many people I follow are bullish on this project. They see the value in it, and so many people understand the value in RVF here. They got the best fees. They got a lot of different things shooting for it. I've talked about ZapX as well. That's a very new protocol. That's one that I believe is very low market cap that has potential to, blast off with RVF. But again, that's in my other video as well. So RVF itself, sitting around 44 million. I can easily see this sitting at a multi-billion-dollar valuation. I'd say at least like 2 billion. You know, when Uniswap was at its peak, it was at, I think, I don't even know, maybe $20 billion. But we're just going to say a tenth of that just to be very safe. And from here, around, let's just say 50 million. You know, a 10x would be to $500 million. So it would be at minimum of a 40x to get to $2 billion. And I think right there is still very conservative. So 40x on your money, you know, I don't think anyone is going to be complaining with that in a matter of a year and a half by doing nothing but just watching the market take off. I'm pretty sure anyone's going to be happy with that. So that's number one. RVF is one of my most bullish projects. And honestly, I think the volume that's going to come with it, like I don't think people are going to expect. And so number two, I'm just going to pull it up right here, is ORChain. And so I know my camera's bugging out. I'll give that like maybe 2 more seconds, 3 more seconds. But so ORChain is going to be number 2 on this list here. So this is now sitting at around 40 million. When I first started talking about this, I think I dropped a video maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It was at maybe 215. You know, obviously yesterday it was a massive pump. It literally hit like over $3. So, you know, ORChain has already been starting to move up. And I just think ORChain itself, the reason why I believe ORChain is going to be so big is because they're building an entire AI infrastructure blockchain. You know, and they already have a ton of different projects out on the market right now. They got a whole ecosystem out. These are all AI dApps that they've created, whether it's the team or other people that are working with ORChain itself. They got a big team in and of itself working all the time. Let me see here too. There's let me see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just pulling up to you. They got a whole DEX, whole AI marketplace. There's one specifically too I've talked about, AI rights too. You know, they got protocols with a bunch of different stuff here. AI right is actually its own token. And they're talking about dealing with the rights of AI as far as copyright. You know, NFT marketplace, many AI-generated media models, and authenticity reporting by default. That's one to check out too. It's around $1.5 million in market cap. But I just think the potential, when you got a whole ecosystem building around AI infrastructure, like everyone knows AI is going to take over in the future. Like that's not even a question. But again, when you got a whole structure of AI being completely built on top of Web3 and sitting at around a $40 million market cap, you know, I think you can't go wrong. Minimum, this is probably going to sit around $1 billion, maybe a couple multi-billion dollar valuation, in my opinion. I still think this is kind of slept on as like an AI project in the space. So ORChain, to me, this is one of my most bullish AI projects for the market cap. There's a couple more minor, like tiny gems that I'll talk about in the future, but easily, like, this is my safest, biggest AI bet in the space. So that was number 2. Oh, I can't even breathe today, bro. Number 3, and I just closed it out by accident, actually. So number 3 is tectum. You know, I know a lot of people are iffy on tectum. They have certain reasons why they like it, why they don't like it. And so the reason for me is because I believe layer 1 protocols in crypto itself have always been the number 1 movers, the number 1 players in the space. And so let me just pull this up. So we're going to go into just the top 100. So I think layer 1s have just stood through the test of time in the crypto market. You know, at any given moment in time right now, you can go through the top 100 coins over the last 5 to fucking 6, 7 years. I'd say at least out of every couple coins, there's going to be a layer 1 blockchain. Layer 1 blockchains are the most prominent tokens in cryptocurrency today. I don't even know what I just did there. You know, like let's just go through the top 20. Let's just see. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. ETH, smart contracts, stablecoin, smart contracts, stablecoin, staked ETH, smart contracts, shitcoin. Do not put your money in Dogecoin. Shitcoin. I actually don't even know what ton is, and I don't plan on ever looking into it. Oracle. Layer 2, built on a smart contract. Smart contracts. L. Stablecoin. Smart contracts. Like, you can just go down the list. L1s are the most prominent coins. And that's just like way too long. But we're going to go back to tectum because right now it's sitting around 20 million. You know, and I think for what this project offers, you know, from the surface, I think it looks very, very promising. And again, people are very iffy on it, you know, because they think it could be a cash grab because there's a lot of staking, a lot of high rewards with their staking. But, you know, they got a lot of things going under the surface that I'm going to bring up real quick. Like with tectum here. Let's see if I can pull this up. So the main thing that they're promoting, what they talk about is their soft notes. Which, if you don't know what soft notes are, let's just learn more. The transactionless payment system for our new superconductive digital environment. They're like literal pieces of paper. They're literal bills that they look exactly like this, but they're little physical paper where you can load crypto onto it, a certain amount, and what you do is you scan it and you put it right into your wallet if you have it. I think it's actually very revolutionary in the idea. Yeah, they got 1.7 million bills minted already, which is actually really cool. But as far as for these bills, I want you guys to look into this yourself. You know, I've talked about tectum as well. Social media too is very strong. They're constantly building, constantly doing things. Another thing here is they got 1 million transactions per second is what they're boasting on their platform. But what I'd like to really see over the next few months, even like a year, is I really want to see a ton of transactions, as in a lot of people really using their blockchain to build. You know, I kind of want this to be proven over time, because right now this blockchain isn't being used like crazy like all these other ones, because why? This is brand new. You know, I don't expect this to be the most used protocol in the world, you know, like a couple months into launching. But I think over time, I really want to see this grow. You know, they got a lot of different things coming up too. And another thing too is they potentially are working with, I'll just see if I can pull this up actually real quick. Yeah, so CrispMine is let's pull it up. CrispMine.io. So this is I don't know if it's the LLC or the company behind tectum itself, but this company is actually working with Dubai's government. Right here, PalmChain. For the government of Dubai, we've developed PalmChain, a Sharia-compliant blockchain trading platform built on top of tectum, high-speed, hash-based blockchain, perfectly suited for volume-intensive logical applications. You know, so this company as well, behind tectum, is literally building a platform for the government of Dubai. And this is something I haven't seen anyone talk about. Like, that's insanely bullish too, because I feel like Dubai itself has been getting a lot of positive, you know, talk over the last year. I think it's extremely bullish to be the blockchain building with the government of Dubai. You know, there's more factors in it too. It's still close to all-time lows. Price looks good. Market cap really could take off because, again, solid L1. I think L1s still are going to perform insanely well. It's like we all saw Caspa do what it did. But anyways, right now, these are my biggest holdings as far as mid caps right now. And I really believe that these are going to perform exceptionally well, especially if you're in right now. Because I'm going to look back in this video in 6 months, a year. even at the end of the bull run and just be like, damn, if people were here right now, they would have got crazy gains. So I appreciate everyone who's actually here, still watching these videos. And I hope you got some value out of these. Check out these projects. Do your research. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just giving you guys my insights, my opinions on the market. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video.